including the clarification I made yesterday.
Supplementary. Does she stand by her statement that New Zealanders can just watch Sky News? And is she aware of who produces Sky News' New Zealand content?
Plurality is really important to me, that people actually have choices. Despite Warner Brothers' Discovery announcement, I'm confident that New Zealand news media continues to have a diverse range of voices and perspectives available on multiple platforms. We know audience behaviour is changing. New Zealanders now access media in a variety of ways, including on their phones. All media outlets are facing similar changes, and that is why my focus is on wider broadcasting reforms to modernise our media systems and streamline the regulatory environment. I'll be closely monitoring the impact of the Newshub's proposal over the coming months, and as I said yesterday, even with potentially the diverse range, we do need to look after to make sure that New Zealand news is fair and New Zealanders actually have New Zealand news online as well as broadcast.
Point of order.
I think I'm picking up on the point of order. I'd just like to ask the member to repeat. There was a clear question. Is that the member's point of order about?
You know what? I couldn't have said that better myself, Madam Speaker.
Right. Could you just repeat there was a specific question in your question about Sky.
Yeah. I'll repeat the question in full. Does she stand by her statement that New Zealanders can just watch Sky News? And is she aware of who produces Sky News or Sky News' New Zealand content?
Yeah.
As I said, I have actually clarified my comments as well. And when I said that
I think for the member, if it's helpful, it was really just about the production of Sky was the piece of the question that the member was looking for.
Sky News that I was referring to actually is produced by Newshub.
Yes, that's right. Ain't going to be there.
Does the member have another question?
Yeah,
Reuben Davidson.
Who does she support? Some of the most powerful and profitable companies that have ever existed, or the local producers of online news, such as the Gisborne Herald and the Ashburton Guardian? And what, if any, plans do the government have to support local media?
Point of order, Chris Bishop. Honourable
Mr.
Chris
Speaker,
Bishop.
the Minister has no responsibility, whether she likes it or not, for the Gisborne Herald.
Yeah. Speaking to the point of order, Honourable Kieran McAnulty.
As has always been the case, members are able to ask supplementaries that directly relate to an answer provided by a minister. Now, in the answer given by the minister, she talked about her support for the New Zealand media. It's entirely appropriate for the member to seek some clarification of what she meant by that.
Yeah, and there is an answer if the minister has no responsibility. That's an answer as well. So I would encourage, has the minister got because if the minister has no responsibility, it's quite okay for the minister to actually stand up and say that. That's fine.
I have no responsibility for the production of the news, but I can actually say is that as a former journalist, I am very supportive of New Zealand production of news.
Reuben Davidson.
Supplementary. What commitment, if any, can the media industry expect from the government, given that there were no commitments to media in the National Party manifesto or the 100-day plan?
Honourable Melissa Lee.
Thank you very much for that question. Considering the fact that when Warner Brothers Discovery came for help in the previous government's Minister of Broadcasting and they said no, I can say that that is a very rich question coming from the member. Perhaps that is actually new.
Okay.
Everyone actually understands that the media sector is struggling. This is a worldwide issue, and there is no silver bullet that can solve this problem. However, this government is committed to working with the sector on ways to ensure sector sustainability while still preserving the independence of the Fourth Estate. There is a range of work underway that aims to ensure the media can continue to function in the current changing landscape.
Supplementary.
A supplementary question from the Honourable Chris Bishop.
Supplementary question. Mr. Speaker, What reports, if any, has the Minister seen into how much money the previous government spent on the failed RNZ-TVNZ merger?
Honourable.
There's no way. There's no way.
Honourable.
Order.
Point of order. Honourable.
As was covered in great detail yesterday by Speaker Brownlee, such questions, point of orders in silence as well, so that's the second point. The first point is that Speaker Brownlee made it very clear that those sorts of assertions, particularly from government members asking ministers, are totally out of order.
Honourable Chris Bishop.
Well, firstly, the question is most definitely in order in the sense that if questions about the Gisborne Herald and the so-called most powerful people in the media are in order, which was Reuben Davidson's supplementary about 3 ago, are in order. A question about a policy of just 3 years ago is most definitely in order. Secondly, it is a matter of fact that the merger failed. It started, then the previous government decided not to continue with it. That is not an assertion, it's not political, it is a matter of fact. In fact, the Leader of the Opposition at the time almost described it in those words.
Okay, so having had that discussion and those points of order, I rule that the Minister has no responsibility for the previous government. Does Reuben Davidson have...
Order. Speaking to that point of order, the question was about reports. The question was about reports the Minister had received into that. I would have thought, Mr Speaker, as the new Minister of Broadcasting, she may well have received a report.
I've ruled. We're going to move on. Has Reuben Davidson got supplementary questions?
Given the immediate crisis, will she commit today as Minister of Broadcasting to fast-tracking the Fair Digital News Bargaining Bill to ensure our independent media entities can survive?
Honourable
Thank you
Melissa
for that
Lee.
question. The bill is currently being considered by the Select Committee, and I don't want to preempt their report. However, the government's position on this legislation will obviously take into account these latest developments in terms of wider media landscape. This government is committed to working with the sector on ways to ensure sector sustainability while still preserving the independence of our fourth estate and avoiding market interference.
Question number 12 is in the name of Tanya Unkovich.